Welcome to Toffee TV. The transfer window is closed. Everton made 9 signings this summer. However, you can still sign free agents. So me and James are just going to have a look at 5 free agents that Everton could potentially sign if David Moyes so wishes to.
Yep.
It's a bit of a light-hearted look at it. It's not. We're not saying definitely go and get these players, but we've picked 5 that
interesting
maybe if you feel that way. So come along for the ride.
Yeah.
Right. Let's begin with Josh Brownhill, who left Burnley in the summer. Some people thought he'd stay again, but he hasn't. He's 29 years of age. He's a central midfield player, can play off the striker as well. He's had 462 career games, scored 58 goals in that time and got 40 assists. He's available. He's been linked with Everton all summer, which is why we've put him in. Now, just on the basis and for the basis of balance in this, I don't think we need Josh Brownhill because I think we've got a lot of midfield players. He did get 18 goals or something last season for Brien, albeit the Championship. But he is a player who's been linked quite a lot with Everton as a free transfer. But Everton have just brought in Merlin Real. They've obviously got Jack Grealish, Dewsbury Hall in there, Tyler Dibling, who all play midfield. Is this one, James, that you think is a possibility, or is it just...
I feel like it was a definite possibility under Dyche. I feel like if he was still here, we'd already had him by now. But right now, as you said, I just don't think we need that type of player anymore. I think Dewsbury Hall, Alcaraz are battling for that sort of 10 position. He's not really going to be playing that much of a deeper role. Obviously, he can score goals, and that was something that we needed all last season. But yeah, no, I think we're past needing that sort of player. And he's 29, isn't he? So yeah, no, not for me.
What was dead interesting with him is he was in talks with Wolves the other day, and Wolves pulled out because of wage demands. It said, which. I mean, I don't know, but...
It's weird because it's what type of club is he going to go for? Because I swear he was linked to like Turkish teams and stuff as well. But
Turkey's the safety net, isn't it?
Yeah.
Loads just go off to Turkey, don't they? As you say.
Like an Oxlade-Chamberlain, like that type of...
Funnily enough, he could have made it onto our list. He is free. He's been released by Besiktas. His contract terminated. But no, Josh Brownhill. I understand people have seen the goals last season and gone, he'd be all right on a free. I just don't know where.
I am surprised that none of like the promoted teams have picked him up. Just purely for the fact of he scores goals.
I wonder why Burnley didn't keep him. I mean, he might have felt time. It was time for him to move on, but
maybe he was aiming a bit higher, and maybe the clubs haven't came in that he thought might have. But just purely for the fact of he scores goals, that you think. Wouldn't you?
He didn't get that many in the Premier League though, did he? But he has had a good season, and sometimes you just carry that on. So Josh Brownhill is one. He's a free agent. Everton could sign him if they wanted to. Let us know what you think in the comments about him. Second player we're going to look at is slightly less well known. It is Rick Karsdorp, who is a right back. He's been at PSV. He's had quite a few clubs. Played for Roma as well, under Marino, I think it was. He's a right back. He's played 317 times in his career, scored 5 goals and got 42 assists. He made 12 appearances last season for PSV before leaving on June the 30th. Everton have been in the market, it seems, for a right back this summer. They had a late bid for Halali at Espanyol, who's very good, but he's 21, and he's the right type of profile Everton should be going for, and hopefully they'll go back in for him in January. But if David Moyes was looking for a right back, then Karsdorp is available. He was actually linked with Everton the other day on deadline day. His name was bandied about a bit. He's had a few injuries, obviously, as well. I mean, do you see David Moyes? Would he be looking at someone like this, do you think, or is he looking for a... and what do you think about the right back spot? Obviously, me and you done one, I think, earlier in the year, and we had like Kyle Walker-Peters on there, didn't we? Probably Kyle Walker was discussed at one stage. So...
Try using all that, it's interesting, isn't it? Because with the right back position, I feel like... I know ultimately we don't have sort of an out and out right back as our first choice right back. We have Brien, and obviously there's Nathan Patterson. But I feel like overall we're pretty solid for that position because you have got like a James Garner and you've got Patson, you've got Coleman too, where I feel, for me, if David Moyes was going to pick like a right back, it'd be someone who's either got that Premier League experience and played seasons like a Tete, or it'd be a young promising player who can sort of develop to sort of eventually take over. And I can't see someone who hasn't had loads of Premier League experience, is old. I just can't see them.
Ageist.
Yeah, sorry. I just can't see...
He's practically a teenager compared to Ashley Young, who played at right back for us a bit last year.
But
then David Moyes didn't play him, did he?
Yeah, but then also Ashley Young has that Premier League experience, which is something that David Moyes has spoke about that he wants from his signing. So I feel like to sort of get into the David Moyes' team, you either have to be a young promising player or have experience, and I don't really think he's got either of them. So it doesn't, really, for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay, let's move on from Rick. Karsdorp then. Vitaly Mykolenko is injured at the time of doing this. Everton have had the problem with that. Adam Asnou's just coming back from that, played 80 minutes in the Virtue Trophy the other night at Doncaster. And there was reports that Everton made a late loan bid for Ben Chilwell, who is, of course, left back at Chelsea. So this next one, for me, if Everton are looking for another left back because they want to develop Asnou and they've got concerns about Mykolenko, this next one sort of kind of makes sense. So it is Sergio Reguilon. He is 28 years of age. He is a left back. He's had 268 career games, 14 goals and 26 assists in his career. He's got Premier League experience. He played for Tottenham, Brentford, Manchester United in the Premier League. He's out of contract, obviously. A short-term contract, as in maybe 1 or 2 years, might make sense, depending on what his wage demands are, of course. But if David Moyes is looking for another left-back to sort of bridge the gap between Asnou and obviously have some solid cover for Mykolenko, this one, I think, makes the most sense, especially if he's gone and tried to get Ben Chilwell on loan. Yeah,
I mean, probably out of all of them, he makes the most sense for Everton. But as you said, it's that sort of wage demands. But he has been linked to Atletico Madrid to go back there, and it would be just on a year contract with an option for another year. So that is something that Everton could look at. But then, by signing him, what does that mean for the future of like an Asnou and Mykolenko? And you know, we've just signed Asnou, and he was Bayern Munich wanted to keep him. He's just played, you know, basically a full year in Spain, and it's like, why is he not ready to go in right now when he has got that sort of experience around him? But as you said, he's someone who's got a lot of experience in the league. It makes the most sense purely on that basis that we do probably need a left back, depending on Mykolenko. And Mykolenko has been injured a few times, and he's not as, I don't want to say unreliable, but these injuries are starting to be a little bit more frequent than what they originally were. So for me, I think he makes sense to be a good sign, especially if the Chilwell one is true, because that is obviously a position they're looking at then. And yeah, I could see it happening. But
I think you're right.
What does it mean for
That's
Asnou?
it. The big question marks, Adam Asnou, isn't it? Yeah. David Moyes obviously likes the safety of the Premier League experience and all that, but he does like to develop players as well. He might think Asnou is just slightly too inexperienced at the moment. I mean, when we were in America in one of the press conferences, the United one it was, when we saw him, he was asked about him, and he said, actually it wasn't, it was the pre-press conference before United, he was asked about Asnou, and he was like, he's looked quite lively, but it might be a year or two before he's fully, like, you know, and that, I mean, he's probably exaggerating the year or two, but for this season, if he thinks I'm going to have to piece him in now and again, he might want someone more solid for Mykolenko. And if they think Mykolenko, and we don't know the extent of Miko's injury at the moment, it might just be, you know, a niggle following on from an injury. But if he is injured again and Everton are thinking we're going to have to give him like 4, 6, 8 weeks rest, not saying they are, but if you're looking at players like that, they mightn't think Asnou can cope with that many games at the moment, and therefore might want a more experienced one. And Reguilon on a year with an option, mightn't be the worst idea in the world.
Yeah. I think as well, going into, you know, games like the Derby and stuff, I think I would feel a lot more confident if it was a regular over like an Asnu. Purely, how's he going to manage against other players? But I don't know if that's, I don't know, just a fear of not knowing how Asnu's going to be. But Michalenko's not going to be injured for the whole season. No. So once he comes back, does that mean Asnu becomes third choice? And then I'm worried then, is he just sitting on the bench and sort of wasting the development? Yeah.
It is a tricky one, isn't it? Again, it comes down to this is sort of what the manager said about Harrison Armstrong, wasn't it? And why he let him go on loan. It's like you're playing one off against the other. But I do think if they I've looked at a left back, he probably, to me, makes the most sense. But we'll see. Moving on, a midfield player. He's on our list here simply because he's probably the most well-known and high-profile, biggest name of one still left. It is Christian Eriksen, who has left Manchester United. 33 years of age. He's a central midfield player. 646 games, 118 goals, and 179 assists. By comfortably the best numbers on the whole thing. He has got experience. He has sat in front of a back four, albeit not a tough tackler, but he's a deep lying playmaker. He was okay for United. He was decent for United. Again, I think we just put him on here because he's a big name. I don't think any Evertonian...
He's past his best now, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think any Evertonian would be banging the door down to get Eriksen in. He is a lovely footballer. He's been a brilliant player, and obviously coming back from what happened to him at the Euros 4 years ago, you know, he's made an incredible return, and has still done really well at United at times. But this ship sailed, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think in a struggling Man United midfield, if he can't really get in it, I think that sort of shows the level that he's at now. But he was linked with loads of other teams like Wrexham and stuff, where he which I thought would have been interesting to see him go there. But yeah, it's you're not planning sort of for the future if you're signing Eriksen, are you?
He was just on there because of the name, wasn't it? But good luck to Christian Eriksen, being an unbelievable footballer. And finally, this one is another one that makes sense in a way, but also makes no sense whatsoever. So massive contradiction from me there, but let's get him on. It is Takahiro Tomiyasu, who has left Arsenal. 26 years of age. He's a centre-back or a right-back, played predominantly right-back for Arsenal and Bologna. 246 career games, 7 goals, 10 assists. I love the fact that I put goals and assists on for the defenders, but I just felt like it had to be on there. I like Tomiyasu. Big issue is he's injured all the time. Last season, he played 6 minutes of football. The year before, he did play 21 games and 20 odd the year before and 30 in his first season. But he was okay at Bologna. He was very rarely injured at Bologna. He reckons he's fully recovering and will be available at the start of October. The reason why this one sort of makes sense in a way is he's still a good age. He's over 6 foot and he plays right back and he's very comfortable on the ball. Loads of experience that David Moyes likes, and obviously can do the centre back thing as well. And has also played a few games at left back, albeit he's on the wrong side. And it's 2025, we shouldn't be having any right footed left backs in my opinion in our team, albeit we have to sometimes cope with what we've got. So on one hand, I could see Everton signing Tomiyasu and going, that's good, he covers a few positions. But on the other hand, it's the biggest risk of them all. And therefore, for that reason, I can also, in equal measure, see Everton going nowhere near him.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because, as you said, he's played 6 minutes, but the injuries that he gets are like, I think 3 back-to-back were all to do with his knee and stuff like that. They're like grouped injuries where it's of a specific place. And is it also a worrying factor that, you know, he is 26 and from the outside it looks like a good signing that it's got past the transfer deadline day and no one's really...
I think it's because he's not available till October. So he's basically like a month away. So I think clubs are just like, well, there's no rush. He's not fit. It's not like we can put him in on Saturday. You know, not like next Saturday. So I think maybe that's why it's still there. But then we could argue that with all of them, couldn't we? Yeah, not argue that with Reguilon and
no, absolutely.
Like that, so.
More so just for the fact that he is 26, and already people are sort of maybe looking at him like maybe not. I think that's worrying. But if he is fully healed and he's confident that he could be back, I think it'd be a great signing. But as we said, it's that sort of the reoccurring injuries in the same places. That's what's worrying about it, isn't it?
He goes anywhere, the chances are it's almost, there's no such thing anymore as pay as you play, but there is very low basic and a big bump every time, so effectively it is a pay as you play. That's the kind of only contract I think he's going to get, really, where
he's not getting
your big wages come from you being on the pitch, mate. Good player, and it's a pity for him, but if he wasn't injured he'd still be at Arsenal. Absolutely, they terminated the contract, mutually come to an agreement that because he had recurring injuries, it was better for him to make a fresh start somewhere where people aren't putting that pressure on, when's he going to be back, type thing. But it's a pity for him. There was, I just don't, it's not one you look at.
26 injury issues, that's not a great look, is it?
And I also think realistically Everton moving forward want to be getting someone like Halali, who 21. We talked about Trey Hume, who was at Sunderland, who's 23. One of those you can come in and go, he's our right back. He's our right back for a few years. You don't have to worry. This is probably...
It's sort of a similar sort of role to Jacob Brien in a centre-back, that's right back.
Yeah, I do think he is more accustomed to it. He's more comfortable on the ball. He does know how to play that role a lot better and gets forward. Jake is a centre-back playing there, whereas he can play centre-back, but I think he's more developed into a right-back. But I think Everton will want to specialise up and down.
Just someone that's the position.
That's his role. There was a few others on there we could have put on. There was Dele Alli. Or Dele.
And I've seen people say that if there was one manager who could bring him back, it's David Moyes. Do a Jesse Lingard on him.
Do it. Don't do it, it's not going to happen. There was also Emmanuel Dennis, remember him? He's 27. Now,
he's only 27?
27, and a few years ago, Everton were linked with him, and it was like they might get him, and he made the wrong decision and went to Forest, and it never happened for him. But he was decent.
I remember that.
He was really good at Watford.
Desperate to have him, weren't they? Because I think was he cheap, and it was when we had no money.
I think he went to Forest for like 10 or 12 million or something. Yeah,
and it was like he chose Forest, and I remember I was being gutted about it.
I don't think we fully went in for him. 27, so he's free. I just don't think. Is he quick enough to go over on that right hand side, given what we're doing now? Not sure. There was also Josh De Silva, he played for Brentford, 26-year-old centre midfield player. He could have been on there. So there is players, there's players still out there. Oxlade-Chamberlain. So there's lots that could have appeared on it. We've just picked 5 there. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. For me, if it was to be someone who'd be brought in out of the 5 we've chosen, I'd probably go Reguilon. Just to give Asnu a bit of time to develop. But
Jess is an issue right away that we've got, doesn't he?
Probably the right answer is to just leave Asnu and let him develop, but we'll see. Let us know in the comments section below. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching, see you later.